this is Chef D 26. I had a great intro in mine and I screwed it up. But it's okay. We are back for the spoiler reviews of The Mummy starring Tom Cruise.
Yes.
So right now we already gave our review. I told you that I give mine a 3 out of 5. But Samantha didn't really give us her opinion about it. She's stuck between a 3 and a 4 right now.
Yeah, honestly, we'll give it a 3 as well. I finally made my decision. But I was really satisfied with the movie. I ain't gonna complain about it. It was pretty awesome. Honestly, the main character, or the evil character that played the mummy and everything, was really hot, I thought. But she was awesome. She did a great job. But yeah.
Yeah. So basically the main plot of this one, besides the mummy coming back, was that she wanted to complete the ritual that was done like 5,000 years ago. She wanted to have the dagger and with the jewel in it, and wanted to stab this guy to bring over a Seth, the god of like death or destruction like that, and put him into the body and have him powers.
Yeah, and pretty much become immortal. The reason behind that as well is because she since she was the only female, she was about to take over the throne of Egypt to become queen and everything.
She was set to become queen, but she realized that her father already had another a son, and of course that's where the heir. That's the new heir of the throne. So that's why she she realized that power was not supposed to be given; it was supposed to be taken, and that's why she joined forces with the
evil
Seth and do the ritual. And this dead zombie dude walks up behind her while she's doing the ritual, hands her a knife, and right when she grabbed it, that's when all the tattoos and everything started forming on her arm.
She came to be.
Yeah.
And then also as well, for her to take control of the empire, pretty much she had to kill her own family. So she ends up killing, of course, the father, the baby brother, the wife, and everything.
Pretty much, she wanted to get full control, and of course, all the law guards and everything captured her and put her in a tomb, and they dragged her out of Egypt and put her in Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and there's also another scene too at the very beginning where they showed like the Knight Templars, and they buried one of their own with the jewel.
The jewel.
That was part of the dagger.
Yes. Oh, because when she got captured, because she was about to kill whatever her chosen one, she called it, whatever for the guy Seth, what's his name? Seth.
Seth, yeah.
Yeah, Seth to come alive and everything. They put a stop to that. They started like hitting her with not daggers, but with like arrows and stuff like that, and stopped her. And they wrapped her up, put her in the tomb forever. But when that dagger fell, the jewel came off of it, so part of it went to the Knight Templar, and then the other knife was unknown. Nowhere to be
it was
found.
basically hidden in objects, and you find it later on.
Yeah.
So after that, 5,000 years later, in the present day, it shows Tom Cruise in the desert. He's supposed to be on a recon scouting, but his interests are more about looting and making money and selling shit off the black market. You can tell right away that him and his friend were trying to find this one little thing on the map, which, of course, the entire city is filled with insurgents and everything, bad guys and that. And of course, they get shot at, and that's when a big old missile hits the ground, and the ground opens up, and that's where they found that tomb with the hidden statues and everything like that in it. And of course, what's her name? I'm not sure who the actress is, but her character she's portraying as is Jenny, right? Jenny. Yeah. I may not know all the characters and actors and actresses' names in this, but I will be displaying them throughout the.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Like
I will be displaying them. You will know who's playing who.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that she had a huge part in this one. She was just kind of there to tag along.
Yeah, and like I do see like how other critics see that she's a damsel in distress and everything, but it wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be like over dramatic, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. I give it to that, so I didn't really judge too much on that part.
So they go down there, and right when Tom Cruise shoots that rope and releases her from her prison, he's automatically chosen when he's already cursed.
Well, cause he was kind of being an idiot, because once they found the tomb, because what happens is him and his friend's the guy from Let's Be Cops, the comedy dude or whatever. He's awesome. Pretty much from what happened there is like Tom Cruise and his friend, they go on an adventure together or whatever, and they're trying to find the tomb or whatever, treasures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, they're getting shot at or whatever by the villagers and the people and everything, and then that's when they were on top of this building and his friend calls for an airstrike. So when his friend called for an airstrike, that's when they finally came, and Tom Cruise was like, they're about to die or whatever, and he's all...
I need to think for a second, hold on.
Yeah, he's all...
I think we're gonna die. We're gonna die here. He's like, really? She's like, they're arguing and she's like...
Yeah, like Tom Cruise always gets his friend into shit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to be in it, so that was pretty funny. His friend is
that was
funny.
leading up to the part of them finding the cave. And of course, when they're in the cave and it releases it, there's a big pool of mercury, because mercury is supposed to help, like, keep evil out, or keep it, like, contained, basically. And right when they do, there's all kinds of bugs and cockroaches or weird, huge.
It was camel spiders.
Camel spiders, big old fuckers, yeah.
Huge. I was like, oh, I would be pulling the exact same crap because his friends started freaking out and started shooting up the place. I would too. I was like, screw that.
Yeah, like, and he got bit by one of them, which does have an effect on him. So they get the mummy, or Amenet, Princess Amenet, I think that's her name, on the plane. And that's when shit starts to go down. That's when you see the big swarm. His friend becomes, like, possessed, basically, or under her control. And he starts, like, putting a knife to the coffin like that. And like, hey, dude, what are you doing? And when the colonel gets up, hey, what are you doing? He takes a knife, stabs him a few times. Like, oh, shit.
Oh,
and,
and
his friend starts to turn on everybody on the plane. And they had no choice but to shoot him. They kill him like that.
And it was funny because just to make sure, once his friend got shot, he shot him twice, and then the third time just to make sure, he's like, like he shot him the third time. And
his friend didn't exactly come back to life, but he came back as a ghost to tell him this is what's happening. You're cursed. You're the chosen one, and I'm cursed as well. That I won't be released until my job's done. It's almost like an American Werewolf in London, where his friend kept coming back. And kept telling him about what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, but his friend had, like, no faith in him, because there was a certain scene in the part where he's like, okay, I'll lead you to the stone, because they're trying to look for the stone, the knife, and everything. He's all, well, I'll lead you to the stone, but I will have to bring you back to Anna. I keep getting her name confused. What?
Princess Amenet.
Amenet. I want to call her Amenet.
Yeah.
But Amenet and everything.
Yeah.
And I just looked at him and was like, what? It's like, is he betraying his own friend? Or it's just because he's cursed and he wants to be free? That's his mission? Or what was...
Yeah, he's just under her control, so he had no choice but to do that.
Yep.
So, and during this part, after Tom Cruise did that, he started getting all these weird flashes of Amenet. And she, like, him being in the desert, him being there. He's hallucinating a lot, because now he's starting to get under control. And
it was funny because while they're let's see, because they were trying to find the dagger, Seth or whatever, and like next thing you know, they get lead to this church, and there was like this like statue where the knife was in or whatever.
Yeah, but all the dead guys held Tom Cruise down. She was looking at him like that. She slapped the statue, and there was the knife. And then right when she's about to stab him, she realized, that little stone is missing.
And then she needs it to have it completed.
Yeah.
And then Jenny walks in, and then Tom Cruise is like, Jenny! Like, it was all so awkward.
She was just like...
It was dumbfounded, but it was pretty cool. I enjoyed the movie a lot. And then...
there's some good scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it did drag on, more than most. And then, this is a good scene here. This is where I had a bunch of Easter eggs, if you paid attention enough. In the scene who Russell Crowe plays, he plays Dr. Jekyll.
Yes. Oh my god, I loved it, dude. I got so excited for that.
Yeah, and when they're going to his office, they have a bunch of hidden things that you'll find. You'll find like the hand of the creature from the Black Lagoon. You'll find like a skull of a vampire in a jar as well. And you'll find a bunch of old like surgical instruments, different types of shit. You'll find a bunch of cool hidden Easter eggs in that little scene itself.
Yeah, and then...
when he said he was Dr. Jekyll, I was like, wow, he must be Mr. Hyde. And when there's a scene when he was talking to him, now you can see he's starting to flip out.
Yeah,
and he's starting to put together...
starting to get, like, huge and...
Yeah, he had, like, this little needle gun or something like that. He's trying to put his antidote, because when he was talking to him, his voice was getting deeper and deeper, and you could see his face was changing, his eyes colors were changing. Then
he looked really cool.
Yeah, he needed to take the shot, and he started going back to normal. Because that led me to believe, like, how old is Dr. Jekyll? Is he, like, in our present day modern, like, in his 50s, like he's portraying, or is he a lot older?
I believe he's a lot older because
I think he's a lot older as well.
all those artifacts and everything.
Yeah.
That was freaking cool.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for the Dark series to freaking come.
Because that room that he was in was designed to keep him in there.
Yep.
That glass was bulletproof.
Yep.
The door was sealed shut with steel
Yep.
everywhere. You know,
Yep.
and
yeah, because there's also what led to that. Because what was their investigation? Their team, like there was this team investigation where they catch like ancient monsters and
they
all
capture
kinds
them
and
and
stuff.
study them and do all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, and so once the princess, ancient Egyptian goddess, she pretty much gets captured. And then after she gets captured, she's like chained up and she's with this mercury.
They're injecting her with mercury to keep her like, you know, in stasis or something.
Mm-hmm.
Keep her powerless without actually getting all crazy.
Yeah,
You know?
and she starts speaking to Tom Cruise and like trying to convince him like I could give you all this power, I could give you all this loving. Look at what they're about to do to you. They're
Tempting
gonna kill
him
you
to
and
the
stuff.
dark side.
Yes, exactly. And then Jenny tries to put a stop to it or whatever, but Russell Crowe's like, no, let's experiment. Let's see what's going on because he's really, of course, he's a scientist and he's a doctor. He wants to experiment stuff. So, and like while Tom Cruise is falling deeper and deeper into her spell and everything, they finally stop because I guess they intensified like the mercury or whatever and stuff, and she said it's burning, and then that's when they kind of stopped, and he was like, and you could tell how much he has a connection to her or how much she has a hold on him because he's like freaking out over her, like is she okay, what's going on, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they show you that bond between those two right there. And the scene, like after this one, this is when Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde starts to make his appearance because he's about to take a shot and he realizes it's too late and he starts turning into his face changes color, he starts going nuts basically.
Yeah, but he still looked normal except for like his eyes change color and he looks kind of more.
I don't know if that was his full form or he just, because he's been keeping it suppressed for so long, who knows, like
if he was just slowly starting to build up.
Yeah, basically. So I mean that was cool. They didn't really show all of it just yet, so they're kind of hinting at it towards a future movie. So let's see. Let's hope that.
I wish there was an ending credit to it though. So probably they're gonna take their time with this one.
Yeah, there was no end credit scene, and there was a long end credits. Yeah, it was. We sat there for a good few minutes. God damn, this is taking forever. My mom's saying, "Man, there's no end credit scene. I wasn't gonna go." It's like, no, it's just wait, see what happens, because sometimes there always is something at the end, and there was nothing, of course.
Yeah.
We've always wanted to make sure because all these movies are coming out with, you never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, exactly. And then when you watch those little small things, there's a complete big connection to something else that could involve that reason why that small part is there. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it was a real good movie.
And of course, you know, the Amanat. I can't even say her name right now. I'm just gonna say the mummy. The mummy breaks out by calling forth the little spider, which crawls in the guy's ear, and you can tell he gets possessed because his eyes literally go white or go into his back of his head, and he starts, you know, on the computer saying, get rid of all the mercury in her. Then he goes up, grabs an axe, hits the fucking power box or something like that. He's all
electrocuted.
Yeah.
So he
and then so she gets free.
Or even when before they call her, I like the way like she was brought up, like because she was like, of course, I liked it instead of like a mummy, just all of a sudden you're still all flesh and everything. They built it from where she was still skin and or not, I was gonna say skin and bone, but like being a skeletal.
Almost.
Yeah, when she's still being a skeletal structure.
Absorbing other people's guys. She go up there, put their mouths on them, and
like
you can see them. They can see them pretty much decay right there in front of you.
Like pretty much, it reminded me like a kiss of death. And like she would suck the souls out of them or the life out of them, and she would like every time she sucks a soul out of a human body, she would gain like Shang Tsung, how he sucks souls in Mortal Kombat. She
to preserve her, because each time she did it, she started looking more and more human, basically.
So I really like that part, and then of course and then after she sucks the life out of them, they're useful. They're not just dead, mummified or anything.
No, she had control of them.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, she would like come forth or arise, and now they'll be her like follow her.
And of course, during the scene where she's breaking out, that's when they find that jewel. It's buried underneath where the Knights Templar is at. And of course, you know, that's when they phone ahead. Hey, she knows where it's at. She's coming for it. And they barricade that, and she uses her powers from all the dead people that are in there, all the dead knights and everything. They awaken from the dead. They start killing everybody in the room.
And then she goes and chases Tom Cruise and everything, and his friends leading him to the crystal or the ruby, whatever. And pretty much just, His friend's funny. He's a comedian.
Yeah, I was one scene I don't really know why it was there. You know that big old scene where she calls forth the sands of Egypt and caused a big old cloud with a face in it like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it looked cool, but there was really
pretty much
no
that was the whole
it.
action for the movie, though.
Yeah.
That was pretty like what they showed you on the previews exactly showed you the action for the movie, and that was it.
Pretty much, yeah. The now that I look at it, the trailer did kind of kill it, you know. So.
Yeah, really, it honestly did, but I enjoyed it.
But
though.
there was more to the movie than the trailer was showing you, which I thought was okay. You don't want to blow everything away in a damn trailer like they did Batman v Superman. You know? Because, you know, right away in that movie, they show Doomsday and they show everybody together. You're like, okay, that's Justice League. That's not freaking Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. But I like it.
I mean, I don't know why they put that in there. It really killed nobody. It just blocked... They just made the whole city, you know, like, covered in sand, basically. I don't know why. Either that to mask her escape, which she can do any time, which I really don't know why. That just seemed they did put in there.
Just to have it.
Yeah, just intense. To have it, to show her.
To have it intense and stuff like that. And then, like, I was hoping her and Tom Cruise, because when it gets towards the end, she finds the ruby, she kills all the security guards to try to block it, whatever, she goes and gets it. Then she inserts it in stone, and she goes and meets up with Tom Cruise.
She does kill Jenny in this one.
Yeah.
But she tells Tom Cruise, you know what, you could bring her back to life if you do this, you know, and... Because at the end they're fighting. Well, he's trying to fight her, but she's just slapping him.
Yeah, I started laughing because because there's that scene slaps. Where
hard slaps.
Yeah, she pimp-handed. She showed her who's pimp. It was so funny because pretty much there was a scene where Tom and Jenny like falls down, or they get into a fight with some of the mummies and stuff, and they fall down into this cave, and all of a sudden it's underwater. I can't even talk tonight, but underwater. My
there
bad.
Was
underwater tunnel. There you go. I went kind of hard there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
that part was pretty crazy because right when Tom Cruise is swimming, all the tombs started opening up. There's a bunch of freaking zombies trying to come out of them, like they showed in the trailer. In the trailer, they only showed a few in the trailer. In this one, they show a bunch more. Mm-hmm. It was crazy looking, so I was thinking that was a pretty cool scene. But it only lasts for a few seconds. And off at the distance, he sees Jenny fucking dead because he took her, or she took her.
And drowned her.
Mm-hmm. And of course, they got up there, they held him down. And then right when she walks in, they all kneel and they all turn to dust, basically.
Yeah,
like
that was pretty cool. I like that.
So, right now, instead of trying to stab him, she's trying to just give in, just let me stab you. So what happens is he takes the knife from her by sneaking it away.
And she calls him a thief and stuff.
You thief!
Yeah.
Thief! And so what he does, so he hit it one time and it started cracking the that little jewel. He says, no, please don't do it. You don't know what you can do. You can bring her back to life. So he decided to stab himself instead of her stabbing him. And it's weird because now he started going like this.
Being in a big old seizure.
Yeah. And then he becomes like her because he starts getting the eyes. He goes up to her and you're all like, oh, doing the face thing.
Yeah.
And then he turns on her. It was a really big old fight scene. He just knocks her around a few times.
I just started laughing because when he started charging at her and everything, she would look at him like, bitch, and boom, slapped him and everything. I couldn't stop laughing.
Then he killed her. I don't know if he would kill her because at the end of the movie they put her back in the sarcophagus filled with mercury.
Yeah,
because he got a hold of her, put his mouth in there, and he sucked basically the whole life out of her. And she went back to all skinny, all fucked up like she was originally. Mummified. She got
mummified again, but before that as well as she was trying to convince him, okay, now you're a god, we're a god, let's rule the world and stuff like that. But he kept looking at Jenny. Then his eyes would switching back to human eyes, back to ancient. Yeah. So it kept switching.
Yeah, he was given powers right now, so
because he
was fighting it in the inside, and he went up to Jenny. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. He's all, wake up, and she does. She comes back to life.
Yeah,
but right when he said that, he grew his eyes, his face changed, and his teeth and everything were almost like a monster's teeth. So right now he has the power to bring people back to life, create sandstorms and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he disappears in the movie. So right now that's the twist of the movie. He becomes almost like a mummy himself, but not all fucked up and dead and shit like that.
He chose in him. He's not completely taken over.
And they go back to Russell Crowe, Jenny and Russell Crowe back at where the headquarters for the monster place is at.
Yeah.
they're thinking, well, he could be our greatest ally, and but Russell Crowe's like, maybe, but it's his choice whether he wants to be with the good or the dark side. So right now he's got to make a choice, because there are future movies coming out now, because they hinted at with a big old Easter eggs from showing the creature from the back of the lagoon, one of the vampire skulls. That was Dracula's skull. So who knows what these movies are going to be? Are they going to take place back in time?
Crow more. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, are they going to go back in time and show these creatures, or are they going to do it in present day? I think it would be cool if they showed them back in when they first came from.
Yeah.
And then they show them waking up later in the future.
Yeah.
It's because somebody's summoning them, because when they're going to take over the world or destroy it or something, whatever. Who knows what the main plan is?
I don't know yet, but yeah, they don't really explain that too well.
They don't explain it too well. They hinted at it. There's also the Book of the Dead in this one. That was part of the Easter egg, because it was.
I didn't notice that one.
You didn't know? You remember when Tom Cruise character and Mr. Hyde were fighting in there?
Oh, and she smacked him with the book?
Yeah,
that
with that key thing. Yeah, that was the book. Remember from The Mummy with Brandon Fraser?
Yeah.
And they had that key and you open it that way? The Book of the Dead, that was in there. They just showed it, she just hits him in the head, and when she drops it, it's only there for a few seconds, but you can recognize it right away. It's the Book of the Dead.
Okay, I didn't notice that. For a second when you said that, I was thinking about Ash and Evil Dead and stuff like that. I don't know why, but,
that's the
awesome.
Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead. Well, there's different versions of it. But this one, they just showed, I was like, wow. They're really trying to go forth with this dark universe.
Yeah.
So
I think it's gonna be cool once they add it to like Frankenstein and Wolfman and all that. Honestly, I wish they tried starting the dark universe from like the Wolfman from from the guys from American Werewolf in London who did the werewolf transformations and stuff for that Wolfman that recently just came out.
With one with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah,
that was a good remake of the classic with
cool.
Lawrence Talbot.
Yeah,
and who knows what they're gonna do? Are they gonna go back and remake that one again? I don't know why. They should just base it off of that one. So who knows what's gonna happen in this dark universe? I mean, it was a very interesting introduction, a very strange start to this. But I mean, could they make this movie a little better? Of course they could have. One thing I noticed, I heard about this on other reviews, this had 6 writers on this one, and I could tell it was a little bit noticeable because there were different scenes with different, with their own ideals.
Especially in the beginning, I think they kind of rushed it onto the action too much.
I think they did. And
I like action movies with like that, like jumps into it right away, but this one, they should have not done it. They should have taken their time a bit more. I like the story in the beginning, how it started, but how it started with like Tom Cruise and all that.
I mean,
too much.
They needed somebody with star power to bring people to the audience. I mean, if they didn't bring Tom Cruise in this movie, probably wouldn't be as good with him in it, so they needed that. I mean, besides Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe, that's all you really know in this one. That's the main star power in this one.
Which they did a real good job. I'm proud of them. With their characters, they were really into it. It was natural for them. So
yes, because you needed that to bring the audience, I guess. Because if you didn't have Tom Cruise in this, who knows how this movie would have been.
Honestly, we would have lowered it more than a 3. It would have been a 2.
Yeah, so right now, this is the introduction. So right now, I'd give it a 3. She gives it a 3. And what the next movie, Dark Universe, is going to be, I heard it could be Dracula, it could be the Wolfman. But what's our next movie that we could be reviewing? I'm not really sure what's coming on now. Because we've pretty much seen a lot of movies this year. It's only halfway through.
I want to try, what was that baby boy, something about the
driver?
Yeah, and then there's a movie called American Assassin.
American Assassin was Charlize Theron or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
I want to check out Transformers. Then we got Thor Ragnarok. And of course, Star Wars. Yes. So, yes. That is our spoilers. Remember to check out my other review if you don't want to be spoiled. So we're going to wrap it up right now. This is Chef D26. This is Zoom News right here. Yes, and let this be our final battle.